Hey, this is John Young, Carolina Smoking John's Barbecue. I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at just a few things that I've made adjustments or additions to my Oklahoma Joe Pro barrel. And I think these may be some things that if you have not already made, you can go ahead and make these additions and make cooking life just a little bit easier. Today we're getting this barrel ready for competition, so we're going to be cleaning the barrel out and cleaning everything up, getting ready to get it set on the trailer. So if you're joining us today by YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you are visiting with us on other social media sites, then just leave us a comment. Let us know if you enjoyed this video. Okay, I'll be right with you. Let me get the camera changed around and I'll be right with you. Something that I've noticed during my cooks is right around the rim of the barrel, you're gonna get moisture from your whatever protein that you're cooking. So I usually, when I open the barrel up during my checks or if I'm rearranging my meats, I just go ahead and take a paper towel or cloth and I just wipe this down. It builds up with liquid, and then I go around this seal just once around the seal, just to keep that moisture down as I just wipe around this seal here and try to keep the moisture. I try to be careful. I be careful not to go in this direction because this is where the seal overlaps. So I just go around this way in the same direction so that I don't disturb that, because you gotta have little small, I don't know if you can see them, they're little small pins. There's one right there. Little small pins holding this seal on, and you can break those off. But what I've also done, not only do I have one rack, I took this rack off of my Weber grill, pull that off. So I not only have this rack, but I have another rack, the original rack that came with the Oklahoma Joe. It's sitting down on the bottom of the hanger tab. This gives me a lot more cooking surface to utilize, and it's not difficult taking this one out. And then something else I did, I added this third rack that sits right on top of the up on top of the deflector. Can you hand me that aluminum pan there, honey? So it sits on top of the deflector, and what this does is sometimes when I'm cooking, I don't want all that direct heat hitting the bottom of the protein. So I just took this pan out. So this is how this goes. This pan sits right down on top of that aluminum rack, and it's got some space, so that gives the heat a chance to flow around rather directly coming up on the protein that you got on there cooking. And it keeps it up off of the deflector plate itself, so that it doesn't burn the drippings as bad, and you don't get an off taste to your meat. So this might be something you want to add. It's just a regular grill rack from your Weber or any 21.5-inch racks, 22.5-inch, however the size is. And you just take it and you just sit it right on top of the deflector plate, and it'll hold right there. So you can use that for putting your pan on. Sometimes I cook potatoes on that while I'm cooking on the other rack. I'll put my potatoes on there and let them go ahead and cook while I'm doing the other things. So I take that out. So that's been a great great upgrade to helping me cook more efficiently rather on this barrel. Like I said, we're gonna get this thing cleaned up because we're gonna have a competition, and we're getting ready for the competition. So we're gonna wash it out and get it all cleaned up. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I use cat litter in the bottom of my barrel. So I've got cat litter in here. Let me scratch around and you'll see. And now you can see the cat litter. You can see the difference between all the grease that this cat litter has trapped. And there's the cat litter there. So basically, all I have to do is remove the cat litter, and I've gotten all that grease and all that stuff is already soaked up. So I put new cat litter in. One thing that I think that I will do later on, after I end this weekend will be my last competition. I'm gonna add, or I'm gonna separate the two halves of the barrel, and I'm gonna add a healthy bead of corking all the way around, and then assemble it back together, and that'll stop it from leaking. And well, you know how the barrels are, they'll leak. So we want to stop these leaks on the barrel. Usually they're right there at those screws, so we want to stop those leaks. So we're gonna put some high temperature sealant on there to stop those leaks. Okay, I think that's all we have right now. Oh yeah, and another modification I'm gonna do to the barrel, I do have some expanded metal wire around, so I'm gonna lengthen this side so that I can make a tabletop like this side has. So that'll give me just a little bit more area to work with when I'm setting pans or pots. So it's not difficult to do. I'll just cut this and then make an add-on and then add some expanded metal wire. So I'll show you these things when I get them all finished up and everything. Thank you for stopping in and checking us out. Please hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified, and ring the bell so you'll be notified when we put up another video. This is John Young, Carolina Smoking John. Keep rolling smoke.